baby girl.
Poppy was afraid of almost everything. Sometimes she just wanted to crawl away from the world and hide, maybe under this bench. But today, Poppy was about to do something so brave it would surprise everybody, including her foster mom, Michele. Michele had never fostered such a nervous dog before, but she was determined to help Poppy get ready to go live with her forever mom, Riley. It wasn't going to be easy.
Come here, come.
Just getting Poppy to leave the animal shelter had taken hours, and a crate, and wheels, and these nice people.
Thank you guys so much. Hey, you want to sit for a second?
Lots of dogs are nervous when they first leave the shelter, but Poppy, she was kind of a mess. When they stopped to use the bathroom, Poppy hid under a bush. Michele had to find a way to help Poppy overcome her worries. This pup needed to feel safe and loved. So when they got to the house, Michele did something interesting. She set up a secret, cozy corner where Poppy could go when she felt scared. And then Michele did something even more interesting. She sat quietly next to Poppy for hours. Maybe if Poppy had Michele nearby, she'd start to feel brave. And after a long, long wait, it was starting to work. Poppy came out of her special corner.
Hey, look what I got for you.
She even ate from Michelle's hand. Michele could see Poppy was feeling better, but she still got nervous, a lot. And when she got nervous, she hid. It's okay, Poppy, we love you. Michele still had a lot of work to do. Poppy couldn't go to her forever home just yet. But then, one day, Poppy was carefully exploring the house when something frightened her. Uh-oh. Michele was sure Poppy was going to run back to her corner. But instead, something different happened. Poppy came over and put her head in Michelle's lap.
She just wants reassurance that she's safe. And you are safe now, Poppy girl. You are safe.
This was huge. It meant that Poppy was feeling braver, even if it was only a little bit braver.
Thank you, girl. The tail wags. Lots of kisses.
In fact, Poppy was getting a little bit braver every day.
Did I say you could sleep on the bed?
She even played with Bentley, Michelle's other dog. But there was still one thing stopping Poppy from going to her forever home. She was afraid of going outside. And walking? Michele couldn't even get Poppy to put on a leash. Whenever she tried, Poppy refused.
Just gotta think about it a little bit.
It was like she only felt brave inside. Michele was going to need to use all her rescuer know-how and a few treats. Would it be enough? Phew, okay. The leash is on at least. But that's as far as they could get. Poppy was so afraid to go outside. What was Michele going to do? But then, she had an idea. They'd practice by pretending inside was outside. Michele was sure this was going to work. Or maybe not.
So this is how our training is going.
But Michele didn't give up. They kept practicing, and after weeks of indoor walks, this happened.
Major strides here. We are outside.
This was the bravest Poppy had ever been. For about 5 minutes. Suddenly, Poppy wouldn't go anywhere. Come on, Poppy, you can do it. Michele did her best to help Poppy feel safe. Would it be enough? For a moment, Michele wasn't sure what would happen next. Was Poppy gonna run inside and hide? Not this time. This time, Poppy looked inside herself and found courage.
There we go.
And before she knew it, she was having a blast.
She's doing really well.
Which meant Poppy was ready to move to her forever home. But Michele and Poppy had become really close.
Yep, I'm a mess. I love her. Good girl.
Saying goodbye was hard, but Michele knew it was the best thing for Poppy.
Your life is gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good now, okay?
And that's what fostering is all about. Finally, it was time to take Poppy to meet her forever mom, Riley. But when Michele and Riley tried to lead her inside, Poppy started to feel nervous.
Come on, it's okay. It's okay, puppy. Come.
Was she really ready for this? And then, Oak showed up. Oak was Riley's other dog, and he was a big dog, not little like Bentley. The two pups locked eyes, and then they started playing. That's when Poppy decided she loved her new home. And with her new brother Oak by her side, she started feeling brave enough to go anywhere, especially when Oak was holding the leash. They even went on big outdoor adventures together. Poppy was going outside more than she'd ever been. She didn't feel nervous anymore. She only felt safe and loved. But even though she was going to live a life filled with friendship and exciting adventures, Poppy would never forget her foster mom, Michele, the rescuer who helped her discover the courage she needed to find a home. Life changed for Jasper the day Jade entered the picture. He was an only dog, and he needed some space. But space wasn't really Jade's thing. Jasper wasn't ready for a cat in his life because he was still figuring out how to be a dog. He had grown up in the shelter and never got a chance to be playful. He was always so serious. When his mom and dad brought him home, they thought he'd be happy to finally run around and play whenever he wanted. But it was like he didn't know what to do.
Good boy, come on. Come on, Jasper. Come on, let's go outside.
Instead of playing with toys, he'd follow his mom into the shower.
What are you doing?
And wouldn't eat treats. He was so afraid of his bed, he'd sleep on a mat in the bathroom. His parents tried to teach him how to have fun.
Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it.
But they were worried. Would he ever be able to just be a dog? Then one day, they met Jade. They thought Jade could help Jasper find his wild side, as long as she'd give him some time. But as soon as she walked in, she was ready to play. Jasper was fascinated. This tiny little kitten was making noise and drinking from his bowl and sleeping on his bed.
Why are you on the floor?
She wasn't afraid of him at all. She wasn't afraid of anything. And that made him think he might as well join her. And it wasn't that bad. Kind of nice, actually. Jasper was starting to play. And eat treats. And play with toys. And sleep in a bed. Almost. Jasper had grown to love this tiny, bold kitten. And he was ready to be just as fun.
Come here, buddy. What is it?
Sit. Good boy.
And it was a good thing because soon there was a new dog in the house, Zulu. And this time it was Jasper helping Zulu feel at home. Showing her where to sleep. Does no one in this house like to use beds? That's better. So now, Jasper knows exactly who he is.
Come here. What is it, buddy?
And that's worth sharing your bowl for. Like and subscribe for more.